damn uh, things froze. The
All right,
the we don't
ladies and
have
gentlemen, what's that?
we don't have those here. The
I hear you.
circle things.
All right, we are live. Welcome to the Otter's Den, cool and groovy things with Keith and Joni. Hey, I got the right finger. I got the right hand. All right, I am going to share this out, so hopefully we get some people popping on. Get that done real quick. Hey, Lisa, how are you this lovely, lovely evening? Yes, I'm saying that kind of sarcastically, because it's so cold.
It is bitter. Well, look at all the weather with all this Uranus. Look at it. Were there earthquakes today?
I'm not sure. I've been seeing something going on with Hawaii, in here. I don't know. Not sure.
So on March the 4th, you've got Mercury is squaring the moon, Jupiter is squaring the moon, Saturn is squaring the moon. So that whole gang is squaring the moon.
That could be very interesting.
Very interesting. Black moon Lilith is squaring Mercury. She's squaring Jupiter.
Okay,
She's
that
Saturn.
one's gonna hit me.
Black moon.
Black moon Lilith squaring. You said Mercury.
Mercury.
That's gonna hit me.
Jupiter. Saturn. North Node is squaring Neptune. So we got Black Moon Lilith, the whole little party going on. So there's a lot of wild stuff going on.
We're going to have an interesting party.
What's Uranus doing? So
you want to know about my what?
I'm just looking. Oh, stop it. Neptune is trining the moon. It's opposing the sun. Where's Uranus?
Hey, Carol, Sherry, Renee, Howie, what's up, brother?
It's a very wild aspect day. Yes.
You're talking March. You're talking March 4th.
Yes, I just looked up your March 4th date.
Hello, Sapphire.
Squaring.
A lot of squares coming up. Things are going to pick up. Some may be good for some, and some may be not so good for some. It's going to all kind of depend on their own personal development, where they are sitting in that aspect, the lessons they've learned, the lessons they're working on, their own signs and everything. And Mercury goes direct on Monday, no, Sunday, 21st. 21st is Sunday fun day.
Good.
And then we got two weeks of shadow, where the energy is just going to kind of taper off. So between now and Sunday, be looking for your lessons. What's coming up from inside, what's coming up from way down deep in here, and in here, and from your gut. What's coming up? What do you need to work on? Don't walk away from it. Work through it. Need help? Ask for help. If one person can't help you out, find somebody else that can. Some people might have things that they're also going through that they need to hibernate, hermit. That's where I've been here last couple of weeks. I've been hermiting hard and heavy in my home. Last week was because I was sick, but as Spirit planted my ass on the couch, I had a few lessons come up. Past lessons that I've worked through and learned, but there's some little aspects that I missed. So I needed to see those and understand those and hear those. And I wasn't getting the job done. So Spirit gave me a lovely sinus infection and said, grounded, sit. Okay.
I usually yeah, I've got grandparents, and because I really don't listen, but I've learned to listen. It was bad.
I
I
used
was
to fight everything.
yeah. I got spirit slapped a couple times, but the one that we've got coming up tomorrow um, is very very karmically related with Saturn. It's a 7 degree because everything in astrology has a degree. Um, the degree is that we have the karma in front of us, and then we get um, mad when we have to deal with our karma. So it's very, very karmically. That degree 7 is it's a very good spiritual number as well. Um, but it's very karmically related as a collective and also on a personal level. What do you have that's old? What do you have in your life that's old, not working the structure? And Uranus says, I'm getting it the hell out of here. Saturn says, now wait a minute. We want to hold on to this. It's worked. Uranus says, no, I'm done with this. No, done. Saturn says, no, we're going to hang on.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen too, I'm afraid, with government because the old structures are crumbling. It's happening. Can't stop it.
No.
249 years ago is Pluto return.
Yeah.
What no longer serves her, I would say, read the Declaration of Independence, read the Constitution, go back and read all of what our founding fathers wanted us to be like. That's what we go back to.
That right there. That right
This
there.
didn't say it was going to be pretty. It's Pluto.
It's needed. It's needed. It's not working. It hasn't been working for decades. Essentially, it hasn't worked. The monetary system, since they went into the Federal Reserve, blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to try to watch what I talk about.
Well, it was 200 years because Pluto's 249 years. The last square that we've got coming tomorrow was 1988. What we need to do as a collective and as a country is to what no longer works, we have to fix it. So as a collective, we really have to rise above this. And England actually, in a couple Pluto returns, Britain got stronger.
Yeah.
Because their people, they were doing the right things.
Mm-hmm. And that's eventually we're going to get there. But Pamela Swan had a good point. It's not all bad karma. Sometimes we receive good karma, and that's exactly true. I've actually been getting a little bit of that. Thank you, Howie.
You get back what you put out.
Yeah, and that's why I'm always harping on here. Do good things, even if it's something little. Picking a gum wrapper up off the sidewalk and putting it in the trash can that it's 2 feet away. Go out to the lake, pick up trash, smile at somebody, tip somebody a little extra. Even if the service wasn't that great, maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe that'll brighten their day. Who knows? Just do something little for somebody. Even if it's for yourself, do something. Give yourself a little self-love. Do something for yourself.
Smile.
Yeah. Go out and buy that tarot deck you've been wanting. Buy that stone or crystal you've been needing and yearning for. Give yourself that salt bath. Sit back, relax, give yourself some time just to collect your thoughts. That's what last week was about, was me collecting my thoughts because they were scattered. Mercury, everything in here goes, wow, what are we looking for? And then, I've got like 18 million balls I'm juggling, different colored balls. I'm sitting here juggling, and Spirit says that one. Okay, pick it out. Let's work on this one. Let's work on this one. Disregard the other ones until we get this one figured out. Okay, guess what? I got one less ball to juggle. Over time, it makes a difference. I've been doing this 3 years. I'm still seeing the same lessons. They're not to the severity and to the degree that they were, which is a good thing. My God, it's a good thing. But I'm still learning. And as I learn, I can help other people. So it's a good thing. And plus, even if you do get some bad karma thrown back at you, guess what? You're getting it out of the way. Sit back, accept it, learn the lesson from it. Keywords, learn the lesson. Okay. And then, like I said, start doing something good for somebody, even if it's for yourself.
And sometimes it's not something that you've generated, but spirit, I feel like, uses us for other people as well. So, for example, it might not even be your lesson, but you are being pulled in to help or to show somebody something, and you're like, oh, why is this shit happening to me? And then, wait a minute, I'm being put here because of this person or because of that reason. So it might not necessarily be anything you've done.
We're the teacher or the server. And that makes perfect sense. And in order to help the human collective's karma, we have to help ourselves first. As we help ourselves, it helps the collective.
We've had a lot of things in our history and in our past that as a country, because it is with the Pluto return, we are a very young country to have come this far. And I think I attribute it to the people. I think the American people are the kindest and friendliest people out. I mean, if you travel internationally, you can always spot an American. They're smiling the most, and they're talking to everybody.
Yeah,
we're a good people. So I think we can get through this.
I do too. I'm gonna touch base on one question here real quick. Where to go? Jeremy's. Why does Trump continue golfing instead of revealing secrets?
Because he's a Gemini.
He would be revealing his secrets.
He's a Gemini.
He's taking a break, but he's also working in the background. His son's working in the background. He has all these people, Pompeo and everybody else, working in the background. The military's working in the background. We just got to be patient. Eventually, there's more evidence coming out. Mike Lindell of My Pillow. Go find his website, click on his video, watch his video. If you want to see the evidence of, let me choose my words carefully, I don't want to get flagged. The evidence of the process of putting somebody into a high position, if you want to see the evidence of those boxes that have electronics in them that you drop papers through, go watch that video. He's got it all. And that's about maybe 1 or 2% of the evidence that he's got. And it's going to come out. It's gonna.
Well, Spirit told us where the evidence would be. It would be at the post office. That was back in October. And it was like,
it came out. You called it.
It was like, it's post office. So, I mean, that kind of stuff, my grandma used to say everything comes out in the wash. Now, irregardless if it did happen, it didn't happen, it always comes out in the wash, and we're going to find out.
Yeah. You ain't lying.
Well, that's true. I mean, the fact of the matter is, when you go up against you've got to vibrate above all the freaking noise. That's the key here, because when you vibrate above the noise, you see clearly. And we've had some Neptune aspects. Neptune causes us to be cloudy and in a fog. Yeah. But the truth always comes out, because it's the fight against good and evil. And if those things occurred, in this kind of a karmic year, get out of the way.
Yes, absolutely. Um, the truth coming out. And that's, Jupiter, Saturn tell us, we're both timeless and need to grow. And, we do. We're always going to be learning lessons. We're always going to be working through things, karma lessons, what have you. And it might not even be this lifetime's lessons. You might be working, something from a previous lifetime may come up now. Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps again, because the positions are right up there, or the circumstances are just right for that to come back. And your spirit says, hey, we can fix this now. We can fix this. We missed it last time, but we can fix this now. Let's get her done. And you're going, what in the hell is going on? What's wrong with me? But you got to be able to sit back and let it come up and out. If you fight it, it's not going to work out. You're not going to get rid of it. You're not going to shed it. And it's going to keep coming up and getting worse until something major happens. Car accident, somebody dies, you get fired, lose everything. Work things out before that happens.
Well, I'll tell you something very odd too with generational, what is called a generational curse. If you go back and do your ancestry.com or what have you, and look at the old obituaries, because they used to write books, like back in the 1900s, they would tell you that person's whole life story. Oh, 9 times out of 10, suicides will continue generational. That is a generational curse that has to be addressed
and stopped.
You can stop it. There are different things you can pray for the soul. You can do some offer, especially through prayer. Those generational curses have to stop. Look at the Kennedy family. Look at all those generational curses.
Absolutely. And each one's got to work at stopping it. Maybe one candidate can stop this part of it. Maybe another candidate can stop this part of it. My family, we had a generational curse, and I didn't realize it until somebody pointed it out to me. I have stopped several aspects of that curse. Not every one, but I've stopped a few. I've made changes. And when I actually realized that, it was my holy grail. What the moment? It really was. I was like, hey, I did do that. I stopped that. I made that change in my family's downhill lineage.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
You're welcome, girl. Now that's spirit talking, and that's what I'm talking about. Doing something nice for somebody, even if it's little. And 11, that perfect number, that was divinely guided right there. You did the absolute. You're gonna make me cry. I'm laughing so I don't start crying.
Kindness is kindness. It's free to give, and it's just amazing what it can do for somebody, just to help somebody.
Okay, I got my composure back.
That was weird. The cat just came up to me and just like meowed.
Hold that thought. Something's going to come up in a little bit. I don't know what. I was just told to hold that thought, and it's for you or someone out there through you. Thank you. Howie, what does the red rectangle nebula have to do with him? It came up during one of his lives the other day. I had never heard of it, so I did a quick Google search on it. I was going to look into it more today, but today was a rat's nest at work, and I didn't get it done. It is a nebula. I do know that. Oh, wait, the freaking squares. It's a nebula that the way the light shines out, it's like X's, and then the light shines out in a square. Red square. What planet's red? Mars. Is Mars in a square right now?
It's always square. Yeah, it was square in Uranus.
Boom. Boom.
It's a nasty square.
Howie, Mars is squaring Uranus.
It was. I'm sure it still is.
We're on Uranus, man.
Well, and that's his ruling planet. Is yeah, Uranus is
So
his ruling planet.
between Spirit making Sherry's phone go off and Siri go off when the volume was even down, and it said something about the red rectangular nebula, and then I looked up, and then him asking the question, we're getting something figured out here. Everything happens for a freaking reason.
Well, it's his ruling planet is Uranus. And this is his year. I mean, no doubt, with all this Aquarian energy, it's like, and then we even get into March where things are absolutely wonderful. We calm down so much in March. March is, we go into Pisces. Pisces is passion. I mean, they're like, can we please just be nice to everybody?
Passion.
No, not like a Scorpio's passion. It's a Pisces passion. Pisces is like, please, can't we all just get along? Or they go cry in the corner. They're very emotional. They can't handle all this right now. It's too much for them.
I get it.
They're too emotional.
Scorpios, and it's been proven, we feel emotions so freaking deep. It's not on the sleeve. We feel everything, all emotions deep. What doesn't bother somebody can put us into a severe depression. And we gotta burn up and rise back up. And like me, couple that with double fire. It's not easy for me to deal with a lot of things, but I do it, and I found different ways of dealing with things than I used to. You were talking about truth coming out earlier. Back in the day, I would tell one lie, have to tell another lie to cover that lie, have to tell somebody else another lie to cover that lie, and then this guy comes up, oh crap, got a lie here to cover all that crap. And then, you know what, everybody gets together one night, and I'm like, well, shit, yep, I did it. Well, now, you know what? That's the shit I did. That's the crap I tried to pull and thought I would get away with it. And there was probably some stuff that I got away with, but most of it always comes out in the wash. It's best just to be truthful. Sit down. If there's an issue, sit down, talk with somebody, comprehend what's wrong, and get it figured out and get it worked out. If there's a problem in a marital situation, sit down with your partner, find out what's wrong. Fix it. Back in the day, grandma and grandpa, they didn't throw the fan out if it quit working. They fixed it. Same thing with their relationship. If they were fighting, guess what? Grandpa would tighten the pickle jar lid so grandma would have to come talk to him because she couldn't get it open, just little stuff like that. And I think some of that at least is coming back because a lot of people are waking up and learning that being truthful is so much more fulfilling. Yeah, something can hurt, being truthful, but it's going to hurt a whole lot worse if you lie about it, and you're going to get caught.
Yeah, I mean, Saturn is all about integrity. Saturn is about karma and integrity and learning those lessons. And Saturn is in charge right now until we skip into March. And I think Jupiter goes in and they report to Jupiter. But with Saturn, it's karma. And this square on an individual basis is very, very square because it's like, what do you want to do with your life now to set the stage from 20 years out? Because this happens, this is a big, huge aspect. This is a 20-year plan. Saturn says, I'll get you there.
That right there, 20 years. I have been seeing 10-10, 10-10 everywhere for a year. That's 20. Okay, I couldn't figure out. I thought it was for 2020. No, it was for me. It was for me. I finally figured out today, driving down the freaking highway with the music going, that's for me. And then it was verified later when I was reading Psychic medium Kelly Miller, she does an energy update for every day. And the cycle started 20 years ago. My cycle started 20 years ago to get to that.
It's true. This is a huge aspect that it's not. It's right. See, and that's not a coincidence.
Every part of what I was just talking about, the lying, the cheating, all that crap that I used to do is all a part of this cycle, all a part of this lesson. And it's coming to a stop. It's coming to a close. It's coming to a finish. This cycle is ending. I am ending this cycle, and it's taken a hell of a lot of work, let me tell you.
Well, accountability is hard. But with that being said, Saturn rewards like no other for your hard work. You watch when you come out of this square, the rewards that are going to smack you. And because you've got Uranus attached to it, it's going to be like right out. You're going to be blindsided. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What? But Saturn, we talk about Saturn with karma, but Saturn rewards like no other.
And see, that leads right into another reading that I listened to. I listened to Claire Louise Hay from like Australia every day, and she pegs me every day. And today's reading was instant, not gratification, but reciprocation. Reciprocation. What you're putting out, you get back. And, all of a sudden you're going to be thinking today, oh, I'm ready for a relationship. And boom, somebody's going to come knock on your door. And then you say this. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I'm going to find the job I've been looking for, for all of my life, that perfect job for me. I don't know. I'm praying though. I'm praying, but I'm listening, to you, to them, I'm watching, what little I know about up there. I'm watching that. I'm comparing it, all of that, my horoscopes, everything, and everything fits almost perfectly as to how my life is going right now and has been going for a long time. So I really think a lot of people are going to have a very hard time with this year, just like last year, because of the change. They don't like change, but I'm ready for it. I have been ready for it. And I've been telling Spirit, I'm ready for this. I know even change now is going to be difficult for me because I've been living by myself for 3 years. If I find a relationship, reintegrating somebody into my life isn't going to be easy because of the shows that I do, because of all the people that I help. I'm on my phone all the time. So I'm going to have to find a happy medium. And that's okay. That's compromise. That's a good word for a lot of people on here to listen to, is compromise. I'm seeing a couple individuals, but I'm not going to call you out because you are just calling yourselves out to yourself.
Well, you're this square. Well, last year started all of this, and this is something that would just lines up. Everything is in 20-year cycles. This is a great cycle. It's wonderful. And like you say, Saturn is the great teacher. It's karma. It's the hermit. You watch because you have been accountable. You've said, look, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm learning my lessons. You watch and see how you're rewarded. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch you because we're going to see it. I'm telling you, everybody fears Saturn, and I'm like, why? It's how it's wisdom. It's and there's something to be said for wisdom. Because if you don't go through the shit, you don't acquire wisdom.
There's knowledge and there's wisdom. Wisdom is knowing how to use your knowledge in a sense. Wisdom is found, it's not taught. Knowledge is taught. Wisdom is found, given, Spirit. Talking with my hands again.
I think it's wonderful. I can't wait to watch it. I love to watch. And I'll tell you, a great thing to watch too is Howie with this Aquarian energy, because now when I see some of the stuff he posts on Facebook, it's like, this is the Aquarius book. And it's like, they're the sweetest people in the whole world. My grandson, his birthday is today. He's an Aquarius. They care more about the collective and humanitarian things more than anybody in the world. And they're in the lead right now, and they need to show people how to do it.
And that's how he is doing that. How he is doing that.
Oh, you can see it. I'm just like Aquarius. He's probably saying, oh, that's so Aquarian, but it is.
Yeah, it is.
We needed this energy. We needed this Aquarian boost after all year of Capricorn.
As I just see a comment that Howie made earlier, I'm trying to get caught up on comments, but it fits now. I think that was the holy shit. I think that was when we were talking about the square nebula. I'm not sure. Let me get caught up on a couple comments here real quick.
I'm going to look it up too, because it might be an astrology thing, especially if it's a square. Very Aquarian.
Go ahead and help her with that a little bit if you can, because you're Libra.
Libra's actually right now, we're an air sign, unless maybe you have a rising, unless you have a rising Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio with the water sign mixed with that Libra, that could be very, very emotional. With just the sun sign in Libra, you should be going about 100 miles an hour right now, because we're air signs. So we're up there with the Aquarius, that and Gemini. So I would be safe to say you probably have a water ascendant, a water moon. The moon rolls your emotions. So I would like to see what your moon sign is. That would be your emotional, what we go through with emotions.
Sherry says, I can. Oh, thanks. You're welcome, hon. You're welcome. Put the truth into action. And the last part of that sentence. And I kind of talked to you about that a little bit today. Time to put the truth into the action. What is that noise? What you got squeaking?
Oh, that's my ceiling fan.
Okay.
Do you want me to turn it off?
No. I was sitting here and all of a sudden I hear.
I know Ingrid and I were doing a Zoom, and we're talking about a murder, and she's like, "What is that squeaking?" I'm like, "Oh, it's my ceiling fan."
Yeah. It can be annoying as hell to have frozen water pipes, but when your neighbor lets you fill up your water jug so you can flush, that's good karma. Exactly. And you can turn around and do something for them later on. Me and my neighbor, we kind of have a scooping war. I'll get the snowblower out in the deep snow, and I'll do his driveway and his sidewalk. And he's only got a shovel, so light snow, he'll get my sidewalk. It's yeah, that's the way it works.
This is what we need to bring back too with the Pluto return that's actually escaped our country. You know what I mean? It's the kindness. It's helping each other out. That's what we can do to turn things around, and it will.
Yeah.
It will. More people are waking up than I've ever seen in my life. Again, that's the push into Aquarius.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spirituality. Uranus is astrology. So everybody's like coming towards astrology. It's crazy.
And what I was talking about earlier, listen to your lessons that the planets are showing you. That's shadow work. Letting those deep things come up. That's shadow work. Here's shadow work. You're having to look at your shadow self, that darker side of yourself that you don't want to look at. It's there, but you don't admit it's there.
Look at
part of me.
Planet.
What's that?
Look at your ruling planet, Pluto. Pluto goes deep. That's why your emotions are that deep, and Scorpios hide their emotions a lot. They don't like other unless they only when you have become, you always have to prove your loyalty to them, then they open up.
That. And once that loyalty is broken, it's all bets off. It is. I'm even still to this day, I've been trying to work on that. But when that loyalty is broken, and I'll give somebody chance after chance. I probably give a lot of people too many chances, but I've been given a lot of chances too. But after that loyalty is broken over and over and over, guess what? I'm done. Sorry about it. I'm done. You know, I need to work on myself too. If you can't help yourself, and if you can't be honest with me and prove yourself to me, then I don't want to spend my time with you. You know, that's just the way it is. I want to find, members of my soul tribe, not people that hinder me. I want to find people that help me and that I can help. There's some members of my soul tribe watching this and listening to me, and you're sitting here.
Well, soul tribes all eventually find each other. Soul tribes never, they always find each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There. Yes, how he nails it. Be aware of the obstacles that we place in front of ourselves in our river of path, not just obstacles that others place. The river, that's a perfect analogy, okay? You got a nice, smooth running river. It's flowing. What happens when you try to walk, say you're floating in a canoe down that river. Everything's nice, calm, everything's going nice and smooth. And all of a sudden you hop out, you drop your beer, and it gets stuck on a rock. And you jump out and you're fighting that current, trying to walk up that river to get your beer. What are you doing? You're making waves, you're making ripples. You're wasting your energy trying to fight yourself up that river instead of jumping back on your canoe and flowing down to your stopping point and going to the bar to get another beer. I mean, it's go with the flow. Go with the flow. Don't make ripples for yourself. If something comes up, if an obstacle comes up, deal with it. Spirit's telling me, live for today, not the past. That's depression, not the future. That's anxiety. You got to plan for the future. Don't get me wrong, but you don't have to dwell there. You got to remember the past sometimes to work through your lessons, but don't dwell there. See it, feel it, release it, shed it, learn it. But flow, go with the flow. That's something that Steve kept embedding in my head, and I finally got it. When I went to the river and I saw a stick sticking out of the water, and I saw all the eddies and everything, and it just clicked. You can tell me something over and over and over and over, but until I personally see, feel, and understand it, I'm not going to get it. I have to see it myself. That's just who I am. But eventually, Steve telling me over and over and over, that planted the seed for me to understand it that day. We're farmers. We plant seeds in people all the time. Howie plants seeds in me. I plant seeds in Howie. Howie plants seeds in somebody else. We're planting seeds in everybody. This show is planting seeds in whoever's watching it. Little ideas, little niggles, Niggles, just to clarify the word that I said. That nudge from spirit. Hey, go into that room. There's somebody you need to talk to. Turn right. Don't go left. Turn right. Why? Because I said so. Turn right. Pay attention to those. Lisa Ann, she does a tarot show every Sunday. That was my card. Pay attention to the niggles. I haven't been paying attention to them. One of my niggles was to do the show tonight. And then you threw out Friday. Like, I can't Friday. I got to do it tonight. Okay, let's do it tonight. There's a reason. I don't know what the reason is. Maybe it was to get a message to Howie. I don't know. But I needed to do the show tonight. That's paying attention to your niggle. Again, spelling. Sometimes I don't over pronunciate my words, and that can sound like another word, and that other word is not what I'm saying.
I think the last 2 years it's easy to obstacles have been put in front of us that we haven't seen before. So we accountability is huge. Accountability this year is bigger than last year.
Yeah.
Be accountable. Be accountable. Be accountable.
For what? Your own actions, your
Right.
own words. Nobody else can be accountable for what you do. Because somebody told you to do something and you do it, it's not their fault. You decided to do it. You were responsible for that action.
And that was the lesson on the seventh degree of Aquarius is, we get angry when karma comes back and we curse the karma that we had put there.
Yeah.
So that's huge this year. But there, like she said, karma, there's such good karma too, because you are blessed. I can't wait to watch yours with Saturn. I can't wait.
Me too. Spirit kept telling me, be patient. Soon. They're on different time than what we are. Their soon can be 100 years. And I'm sitting here. When? Soon. Okay.
That too. I'm like, I don't want it tomorrow. I want it now.
Yeah.
Please tell me now.
Yeah, it's like a hamster wheel. Going through your lessons, it's like a hamster wheel. Guess what? If you don't learn your lessons and do your shadow work, you're just going to keep running, and that cycle is going to keep going and going and going and going and going. But guess what? When you see that lesson, that wheel stops, and you can step off it.
I mean, how many times have you been thrown under the damn wheel? All of us have.
I get it going too fast, and I'll go, and end up squished and caught in it, in between the wheel and the bar. I'm going, help, save me.
This is what Uranus square Saturn is saying. I've got exciting lessons and I've got exciting blessings above. And I mean, you've got to learn to go with the flow with Uranus. This Aquarian energy is here to stay. I have heard too many people say, I can't wait for it to get back to normal. This is your new normal. And there's no all that earth energy is gone.
Yeah.
This is push into Aquarius. Look at space. The little rover guy lands Thursday on Mars.
And he's got a little helicopter buddy with him.
So we've got Mars. We've got new medicines coming out. We've got a new money system coming out with Pluto. Uranus is in Taurus right now. It's going to be a shock to the money. It's going to be a shock. Nobody knows what it is, but it's going to be a shock.
So with Uranus in Taurus is the bull, so shit's kind of hitting the fan. Shit. Never mind, that was a bad joke.
True. Taurus is money, security, earthy things that we mainly it's money.
Yeah.
That's where the shock will come. That's where I think the big changes in the Pluto return are going to come. Government and money and how we spend money. What is important to us with how we spend the money?
Because the government, we have been sending so much money overseas, and in the last stimulus package, how much money went to other countries? It was pathetic, and the reasons they used were pathetic. I'm going to say, in my opinion. But if you do your homework on it, you're probably going to agree. When you see the truth of it, Trump was trying to get that taken out. He was trying to get you $2,000 instead of 600. And the media kept lying and lying and lying, and everybody kept believing the media. And Trump was working for you people. He was trying to get that pork spending out and get it to you instead of other countries for frivolous BS. And I've mentioned in my previous shows what that BS was. I listed it out. It was nuts. And that's what this country has got to start stopping, is the frivolous freaking spending, the printing of paper money out of thin air.
Well, I think collapse. If I don't, I think the whole system's going to collapse, and we will go back to regular gold and silver backed money.
If I'm going to say if what I still have faith in happening is going to happen, and that's March 4th or soon in that area. You're saying March things are going to change. I'm saying spring. Spring's almost March, or March is almost spring. So I mean, it's going to be in this area. But if the current P stays in where they have him at right now, none of that's going to happen. But we got to get back to a gold back system, gold back, silver back, something. And I think that's going to happen. But I'm going to throw in real quick. My parasister Michelle from my team is in the house tonight. She's feeling better. Thank you, Lord. And we are in the process of taking a break from the paranormal team. She's got some issues to work out. I got some issues to work out, health issues, etc. Other members of our team have some issues that they need to work out. And we want to come back 100%. We want to revamp the team, the way we do things, the processes, what we've got available for the clients. We want to come back as a stronger force to help people better. We need to regroup, Aquarius, and we need to come back better. We need to grow. So that's what we're doing right now. So we're not taking on any cases. I can taste spirit. Sorry. No, I'm not. There's a particular taste I get when spirit's here. It's awesome. And we're if we get a case, I can refer it to some other teams, so we can still get you the help. So just be patient. We're growing, and sometimes that does take a little bit of time.
Do that when Jupiter gets in charge, because Jupiter's abundance and growth, and I think that's going to be March and April.
Okay, we just had a conversation the other night. I am so far behind on comments, people. I apologize profusely. Eventually, I'm seeing this. I've been shown this. I'm going to have somebody else sitting right here with me who can keep me straight on the comments. So be patient. I'll get some help with it.
That's perfect.
I think she's going to be pretty cute. I don't know, but she's probably going to be at least cute to me. So there you go.
Yeah, she'll distract you.
Well,
she'll distract you.
You'll probably give me a denozo and keep me in line that way. Hey, pay attention to the show, not me. Eyes up here, mister. Oh my God, that came out. That came out. Michelle, you just heard me say that, didn't you? We'll talk about that later.
You'll get distracted, and then you won't be paying any attention to us. I have to headbutt you.
Ryan Morseman. Very, very, very educated young man. Very impressed with this young man. Ryan, put in the comments how old you are, because I'm sorry, I'm blanking out on it. And what belt you're at in your martial arts. This young man does Reiki. He assists in paranormal cleansings. He is a very smart young man. And what he just hit on right now, Bruce Lee, be water, my friend. Water. You pour water in, and water conforms to whatever you pour it in. We are made of mostly water. The moon affects the tides, so therefore it affects us. Your new moon, your full moon. The other planets affect the moon, which affects us also. He hit on a very good and hard point right there. Water, stay hydrated. Sherry was talking about she was dehydrated. Stay hydrated. I caught you that one night. You had the migraines. You were dehydrated. Michelle, you drinking enough water, girl?
Well, you got to keep and flowing like water, but yet water is very gentle, but can be one of the greatest forces of nature.
Yeah.
So
It
gentleness
can it can destroy or it can cleanse. It can
so
heal. It can grow.
we know, and water signs need to flow like that because of emotions. I know, and you all with your emotional state has got to be flowing. It's got to be balanced. Water signs will run out of the room and they'll stand in the corner and cry, and it's like I get it because they are that emotional. It's
We are.
because they're water signs. They're very highly intuitive people.
Yeah.
They feel things that others don't feel. And it's important for them to really stay grounded.
It is, especially with the fact that now I can read intentions and feelings and emotions through text messages and messenger and just reading these happy tears. I almost broke out in happy tears twice tonight. It's I One aspect that I paid attention to when I was planted last week is I've noticed how quickly I can change my emotions. If I'm on my phone and I got 3 or 4 conversations going, helping somebody, and I did do that a couple times because I started feeling a little bit better. I gave out a little bit, of what I had. Somebody needed some help. Okay, I got enough to help you today. But then somebody else jumped on. I'm like, okay, I got this for right now. Okay, this person's depressed. This person's confused. This person's happy. And when I would go to this conversation, I would feel that depression. When I would go to this conversation, I would feel that happy. When I went to this conversation, I would feel the confusion, and I just kept jumping, and it was boom, boom, boom. That emotion changed just like that. And then when I was done, I realized I didn't know what the hell I was feeling. I didn't know if I was happy, depressed, or confused because I had accidentally absorbed some of those emotions because I wasn't feeling good and I wasn't quite up to par. I shouldn't have been, but I did because they didn't have anybody else. I gave too much of myself, which I do a lot, and I know I do. Sometimes I just don't care. Sometimes I just want to help people. But that's going to be something very difficult for anybody that, say, is my future partner. That's going to be something that's probably going to be difficult for them to understand, is how fast I can switch emotions. But that's just how I am. Does that make sense?
Sure it does. I would recommend for a future partner as a water sign. I would recommend a Pisces because Pisces would they're emotional as well, but they would understand what you go through. They don't have the intensity of a Scorpio, so they've got a softness that what a Scorpio can learn from, as the Pisces can learn from the intensity of a Scorpio. It's a great match. Pisces, March birthday.
Where's my Pisces? Where's my Pisces?
They're actually sleeping right now, probably because of all this energy. They're so emotional. God love them. Pisces is a good match for Scorpio. Cancer is too, but a Cancer might try to mother you too much.
I'm going to leave that sign alone for right now. That's for a private conversation.
Did you get mothered? Well,
It is. Pam Swan, karma is faster now too. It is. It's coming in. It hits, and it's full force. You get what you got coming to you. If you got good things coming to you, guess what? Here you go. Boom, in your face. If you got not so good things coming to you, guess what? Here you go. Boom, in your face. Deal with it. That way we can get you to the other point.
well, and you have to realize too that all the signs were in Aquarius. It's all air energy. It was fixed energy, air energy. We had no fire energy. Very little water. I think just Neptune and Pisces. So everything's going to travel 10 or 20 times faster. Now, at
Yeah.
the end of the month, we start to get, I think, Gemini in here. We go, the sun goes into Pisces, a water sign. We now have, excuse me, I think the moon is in Aries, which is one little fire sign. So nobody has any get up and go right now. There's no spark. There's no fire.
Yeah. I found a couple days where I did have to get up and go. Sometimes everything affects me the opposite. It's weird. And I will experience things either 3 days before it's supposed to hit or 3 days after it's supposed to hit. And that gets confusing with me because I read what's supposed to be happening now and like that happened last, a few days ago. So what am I supposed to be doing now, today and now? And then in 3 days, it's like, oh, that's what I was supposed to be doing.
You got to remember this energy peaks at a certain time. So it does take a couple days and then it peaks. Like the square has been on us for a while, but they do peak. And just know that at the end of the month, all of the air, the Aquarius is pushed through. Everything is really happening fast now, but there is no fire. So wear red, be around red, orange, red. That'll get you moving. And it's like, I want to do this. I want to do that. I got to do this. It's like, shit, I'm so tired. I can't move.
Red and orange, my elderberry gummies. Orange, red.
Oh, you've got a double fire sign with you. So it's like, you want to pull on that fire because the fire is what motivates and moves. Yeah, build a fire, burn red candles.
Interesting you said that. One of the things I do to help burn off extra energy, and Sherry, if you're still watching, I think you are, you might. This is something I forgot to mention. Building an energetic fire. This is something I do. I've got it surrounding my home, protecting my home and my property from negative energy coming in. I've always got like a little campfire right beside me, at least when I remember. And you can let that fire roar out of control and burn everything up, or you can keep it nice and calm and still, and it will help release your excess energy. You can raise it, lower it, but you want to pay attention to where your fire's at. It's just kind of a way of self-regulating, and it's like I said, it's energy work. I'll say imagination, but it's not imagination. You really actually do this. But start slow, start small. You don't want to start, your life on fire. But where I am double fire, I mean, that is something that really helps me stay grounded, helps to keep me from arcing, blowing light bulbs, blowing street lamps, throwing 4-foot sparks to the light switch and blowing the light switch up. I used to do that all the time. And then Steve taught me about this fire thing. And it's the most beautiful purple that I've ever seen in my life. And orange is opposite of purple on the color wheel. Red and blue make purple. My aura used to be blue, according to Holly from the Spirit Mechanics. And I told her, my goal is purple. And I've been hitting that. Not all the time, but she's verified. I am hitting that. So, my wolf's purple, my dragon's purple, all my spirit animals are purple, my spirit fox, Fred. Michelle, Fred may be coming to see you. I just heard that. So if you get the thing wrapped around your forearm, that's Fred. Give him some petting for me. But yeah, just putting that excess energy into that little fire. Keep that home fire burning.
Absolutely. And fire signs, if your energy is off balance, you do catch things on fire. You will blow light bulbs. You can catch vacuums on fire. You can actually melt your transmission or your stick shift.
Yeah, I've mentioned that too. What happens to your vehicle, to your home, can be an indication of things that you are personally having issues with. The thermocoupler goes out on your hot water heater and you don't have any hot water. Well, that hot water heater can't get started. Something's missing. It can't get started. You've been sitting around depressed for a week. You can't get started. What's missing? You get a brake noise in your car. You take it to the mechanic. He takes it out and drives it. There's nothing wrong with it. You get in and take it home. The brake noise is still there. You think he was lying to you, or he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. No, he doesn't have the issue you did. Therefore, the car didn't make that noise for him. You get back in it with that issue. That car is telling you, you need to slow down. You need to pay attention to what's going on in your life. You need to slow down. Your life is noisy. Slow down. Just little things like that. Your transmission slipping. You ain't getting no traction in life. You're spinning your wheels. You're going around in circles in your cycles. Take that circle, snip it, lay it out in a straight line. Go forward. Not backward, forward.
This is a great. I mean, we had last year. It was hard to try to work. This year's an excellent time to do work. It's a great karmic year. Great karmic year.
Yes, it is.
Last year it started. This year I don't really know what the summer's going to look like because I've been kind of afraid to look. But I know March is wonderful, so
Fishing.
we need it.
Fishing. That's what this summer is going to look like, is fishing and camping.
We got a lot of changes coming ahead of us. You know, a lot of people are saying it's a revolution, but I think that's kind of revolution in a lot of different ways. Your life can go through a revolution.
Yeah.
The system, the current way that we spend money is going to change. I don't know how it's going to change, but you better believe it's going to change. Yeah, exactly. With Uranus, you have to be fluid and change and realize that this change is all for the good.
Yep.
I mean, space stuff. It's just so exciting. Like the breakthroughs we're going to have. It's really exciting. It's an exciting time.
What's that?
It's an exciting time.
It is. Let me jump back over here to comments. I'm way behind again. Christy Klingerman, I have the hardest time staying grounded. I do too at times. In the summer, it's a lot easier. You can get outside. You can walk barefoot in your yard. You can hug a tree. You know, you can go to the lake and sit on a granite rock and pull the energy in and let it flow through you. Winter's a lot harder time to ground. Some of the tricks that I use, okay. Is that amethyst? What is that?
Yeah, black tourmaline is really good for grounding.
Yep, there are a lot of stones. Do a quick Google search on grounding stones. If I start going into that, we're going to be here all night. But just do yourself a quick Google search on grounding stones. I advertise for a couple different stone shops on my Facebook page. Cobra Paranormal. Crystal, I'm blanking out. I want to say Crystal Beginnings. Just hang on 1 second. I'll be right back.
I'm trying to think what other. There's a lot of different stones. Tiger's Eye is an excellent grounding stone. Essential oils are good to ground.
Yes, Crystal Infinity, and then Psychic Medium Kelly Miller has an excellent shop up in Omaha. They will ship. I share their live shows that they do, where they're selling stuff, and the quality is amazing. It's probably not going to show up very well, but I just got this little baby tonight. This is black tourmaline and clear quartz. It is, I like it.
It's cool.
A little trick. Yeah, like I do this at work. If I'm having a hard time grounding at work, I can't, I got customers, I can't leave. I'll go into the bathroom. I'll turn the cool water on, and I'll run the cool water over my fingers. Just let it run. Bring in energy from my crown. Let it flow through me and out into the water. Water runs in through the ground through the pipes, and it goes back out into the ground through the pipes. Pipes are metal; they conduct energy. So I ground that way. There's little tricks you're going to learn and pick up, and I can probably help you with that if you need. Yes. Spelling, speaking. Words are energy. Words are powerful. That's why they call witchcraft casting spells. Spelling. Watch your words. Watch how you speak to people. That's also karma. And I pound this every week. If you're having a conversation, don't listen to respond. Listen to comprehend and understand. It's going to go a lot better if you can do that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, Crystal Infinity. Yeah, Sherry, she hugged a tree with a stranger last week, and a real hug, and that's something a lot of people are afraid to do anymore, is actually walk up and hug somebody. For God's sakes, if two people want to hug, let them hug. I don't give a crap. I know everything that they say is going on out there. I'm not going to get into my opinion of that tonight, because we'll be here forever. If you want to hug somebody, freaking hug somebody.
Hug them. Absolutely. What's wrong with that? I know. Crystals are it. I just put that black tourmaline on today. We haven't done any shows this year because of COVID. So I've got, boxes. Wait, I've got citrine in my ear, actually. Citrine is a really good grounding stone as well. Citrine is great.
One of my go-tos, if I can get them out, one of my go-tos for Mercury retrograde. If I can get it up here. See, that's my
nails are a mess.
My onyx. Where's it at? I can't find it. There it is. Is amethyst. Amethyst.
You can't see it.
Is one of my go-tos for Mercury retrograde.
And I think any stone that you pick will talk to you. It'll talk to you and tell you. I just put mine in this week because I thought, oh, this square's coming. I'm just for the heck of it. But grounding is important too. Like when you're driving in snow, we've got snowy weather. You can't be out floating around like in the fifth dimension or fourth dimension while you're trying to drive in snow. You're wrecked.
Yep. The only ones I've got in my pockets right now, I've got my rose quartz. That's to help with some healing here. And then I've got my 3 African bloodstones in my pocket. I've been working with those to try to help heal this, my shoulder, forearm. I need to get my body healed up. Those are good for healing. And then my amethyst, and then I've got my tourmaline that Amy gave me from the Dead Files, my clear crystal, and my fire agate. That's all normally I'm loaded for bear, but I tend to pick my stones out. A lot of people do it by day. I do it like per cycle, per week. What do I see myself going through this week? Okay, this is what I need to carry this week. And that's how I do it. And if I need to change in between, I do. But I also have learned that sometimes some people really feel the energy of the stones and crystals. And you can make, just like mixing chemicals, some chemical mixes are not bad. They'll make poisonous gas and kill you. Some energies of some crystals and stones can have counteractive effects and really affect you in some weird ways. Just saying.
Always look them up to see if they're compatible. That's very important. And always know that a clear quartz stone will amplify any crystal. So, just know that if you're wearing blue kyanite, which by itself is very, very strong, some people can't wear kyanite because it's that strong. Add a clear quartz onto it, and it's gonna triple. You got to be study them, know them.
Yeah, and everybody thinks I know everything there is to know about stones. I don't. I know this much. I know just enough to be dangerous. So I rely on people like you, Crystal Infinity. They can help you. Kelly Miller, you go into her shop, tell her what you got going on. She can help you figure out what you need. And she's good enough. She's like, oh, girl, this is what you need right here. When you walk in the freaking door, Um, and I don't like buying stones offline because I can't feel the energy from them. But from those two shops I mentioned tonight, they know enough about me that everything I get is just perfect, you know. And like I said, I can feel the energy from watching a video. I can feel the energy of that stone. No, 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 I gotta have that one claimed. Um, so that's something you want to pay attention to too. You know, if you're watching a live crystal show and crystal and gem show where they're selling them, be patient. One's gonna call out to you, and you're gonna want that one. And if you keep, you know, if you buy 20 before that one comes up, you're not gonna have enough money to get that one, and then you're gonna be mad at yourself. So be patient.
They do call out. I
Yes.
think they definitely do. They do call out. I mean, even if you're like going through like one of the cases, you will pick up and you know that crystal is for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. And that right there. You know, she's my soul sister. There's no doubt about it. And we do twin. I know when she's not feeling well and needs. We call it a cookie. You know, I send Reiki. I give her a cookie. You know, here's a cookie. You know, a Reiki sandwich. It's a sign, another sign, and another sign, and you put them together like an Oreo cookie. So hence the cookie. I can feel when she's not feeling good. She knows when I'm not feeling good. I know when she's feeling down. She knows when I'm feeling down. I mean, there's just that energetic connection. We've got that cord, and we take good care of each other. There's your ceiling fan again.
That damn thing.
Oh, that would be cool, Sherry. She got her grandma's from pre-1900 amethyst. That'd be cool.
I love amethyst. Amethyst is one of my favorites.
I need to. But first, I got to get this done. But with me being sick and all the political crap going on, I haven't done it. Make me work on this, girl. I got to get my Reiki masters done. I got to get that book out. I got to get it studied. It's calling. I got to get her done. I did have a couple financial things that I had to get figured out, but that's pretty much figured out now. So now I can get back on that and get my shit back together.
Get it done. A good year to do it. I mean, this is a great year. Get it done.
Night, Teresa. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Robin. She's saying she doesn't get anything. Some people don't, and that's okay. It is. It's okay. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. Some people just don't. They're not at a place where they can feel that negative energy.
Well, you also have to activate them. If you don't work with the stone properly, you won't get anything from it. For example, when you do get it home, I would always put it through like a piece of like sage or the smoke just to clear it. Hold the stone in your hand and put your intention of that stone. You have to put the intention into the stone. It just doesn't come that.
Yeah, and don't pull from the stone, push into the stone.
So, like, this is black tourmaline, and this is what protects me. This protects me. Usually, I wear it like for shows or in readings or something, for psychic fairs. Because if you're reading like 40 people, you have to do something. So before that show, I would always, or before I get one of these stones, it's. I always say a prayer to Michael or to whoever, and then this will protect me, and then the stone. But you have to put your intention into the stone, and then clean them as well.
Yeah, I cleanse mine every new moon and full moon, in the moonlight, and that's how I do it. Some people bury them outside in the yard. That's okay. In the dirt, in the ground. Some people cleanse them in salt. Selenites. I've got selenite sitting right in front of me. I got 4 pieces right in front of me, between me and the computer. my own reasons. Selenite you can use selenite to cleanse another stone. Normally when I hold selenite, it likes to glow blue. I don't know why. Anyway, it's a very awesome. I love selenite. But yeah, you can use those to cleanse your other stones.
Put it through sage, through the stone. Kyanite is a good stone. If you don't ever get a feeling from stones, kyanite is a wonderful stone, blue kyanite, because it's very, very, it's strong, but it needs to be charged. Or citrine and kyanite are the only two that you don't have to really cleanse.
Yeah.
Don't hold anything negative. And
Yeah.
so,
and this, you don't have to cleanse this either. It's self-cleansing. Some stones are programmable. You can actually program, after you cleanse them, you can program them with your energy and your intention for a specific purpose. Protect me from this type of energy, or mirror anything negative coming from anybody back to them so they can learn. My fire agate, I program it every time I cleanse it. What reason I need.
Well, it's just a rock if you don't. I mean, I'm putting when I hold it in my hand with my intention, that's me going into into it. I mean, I love them.
I've never heard of garden quartz. Have you heard of garden quartz? I haven't either. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I don't know what that one's for. I'm getting. I don't want to go into too much detail, Robin. Pay attention soon. Something may happen that changes what we're talking about, but I'm not going to go into detail on here. Well, every time I get behind on comments and I go to scroll a little bit, they jump, and then I got to scroll back up and figure out where the heck I was. I need an assistant. I need an assistant.
You were distracted.
And Ryan, yes, you do. And he put that a while ago. Timing. Everything happens for a reason.
Hey, that's a good thing. You need an assistant. That means you're doing something right.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's just it, Michelle. I'm going to be hopefully learning some new symbols, and hopefully I'm going to be able to help people more. That's why I'm doing this.
Get it done.
Howie, he typed this a while ago. Or empower others, not just get it done.
Right. I didn't steal Howie's saying. Get it done.
There must have been a reason why I got behind on comments, because they're fitting this conversation to a T.
Well, I think Saturn Uranus square is very much like that. It's like this, you're going to have a power pool tomorrow because it's these two energies are coming together. They're squaring at 90 degrees and they're conflicting. So
Yeah.
it's very much that. I'm getting rid of things that don't no longer serve us, and they're gone.
I've been working on. I've got a large house. I was a kleptomaniac, or not kleptomaniac, hoarder. I kept everything, receipts from high school. I mean, I kept everything, and I started in my attic, and I've been going down, room by room, going through and decluttering and getting rid of things that I don't need anymore. They don't serve any purpose for anymore. I had love letters from girlfriends in high school in a little box downstairs. I always forgot about it until I got, oh, wow, now I remember what's in this. Okay. Well, I went through it one night and I contacted them. I'm like, hey, guess what I still got? Oh, that's cool. Guess what I'm going to do? Burn it. What? I'm going to burn it. Why? Because I don't need anymore. I figured out why I was keeping all that stuff. That just in case. What if that spark was still there? What if I got single and we could get back together? Guess what? That relationship is then. It's in the past. I don't need those reminders anymore. I have my memories, that I want to keep. So I burned it. I gave it back to the universe. My kids' homework, I kept everything. Their art projects, I kept everything. I went through it all, separated it. I gave it to them. My mom did the same thing with me. I gave it to them. That way they can go through and have their memories. Now, if they want to throw it in the trash, that's their decision. It's their stuff. If they want to burn it, if they want to keep it to show their kids, that's their decision. But I'm decluttering my home to the way that I need it. I still got a couple boxes downstairs that I recently found that I have to go through, and they're a little on the difficult side, still getting some lessons, and that's probably one thing I'm going to work on after I get off the show, is I'm going to go down and work on those boxes. Hearing it's time. I've been putting it off. But the less clutter you have in your life, the cleaner your home is, the less clutter you have in your home, the better you're going to feel about yourself. You're not going to walk into a home where everything's laying everywhere. It's just a jumbled mess. It's neat. It's organized. You only don't have what you need. You don't have something you put away 20 years ago just in case you need it. My garage is going to be horrid. I'm waiting for warm weather. I have so many car parts out there that I don't need anymore. They're going to go away. And I went through it once when I moved, and then I went through it again, and now I'm going to go through it again. And I'm going to be organized out there.
Allow yourself to feel emotions, like you said,
Yes.
hard box. Give yourself permission to feel that. Honor that. Honor those feelings. You know what I mean? Honor them, release them, and go on. But allow yourself to have those feelings.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having that.
It was part of my shadow work to go through all that. It really was. It was a really part of a huge part of me going through my shadow work, was going through that stuff. I'm glad I did it. Robin, I'm not totally open to anything. I wouldn't know if you got two guides around you all the time. I'm seeing two guides. Older man, younger female, don't know who they are. It's not for me to know. It's for you to figure out. Ask them to show yourself. And the best time to show yourself, show themselves. My words, again, they get stuck and come out wrong sometimes. The best time to do that is when you're going to sleep. And the best example I think I can give is when you're going to sleep and say you got a fan running or a radio running. And right before you fall asleep, you're still awake, but all of a sudden you can't hear that radio anymore, or you can't hear that fan anymore. That is the time to ask those guides, hey, who are you? Why are you trying to help me? Why will you show yourself to me? And they may show you something in a dream that you need to work through in order to raise your vibration enough to do that. And I'm going to leave that there.
Well, and when you put it out there that says, I'm not open to receiving anything, you won't receive anything.
Yeah. If you tell yourself all the time that you can't see them, if you can't hear them, if you can't feel energy from stones and crystals, you're not going to be able to. You're going to block yourself from it.
So, yeah, just go in with an open mind and say, well, and everything is a process too, and learning is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. It does take time and patience.
Yeah. Renee, get with me and Michelle on that. Okay.
But yes, be open and say, I'm open to feeling the spirit. I'm opening spirit for you to come into my life. And it's a way to start a really good prayer life.
Absolutely.
And open up and say, I'm ready.
Yes.
Show it to me, spirit.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now show me.
Yep. Tom, I want to see that. Can you send me a picture of that? I'm really drawn to that for some reason, and I don't know why. She's correct. And different shapes of stones have different purposes. Your wands, your spheres, your pyramids, your rough compared to your polished. And Michelle's learned a lot about that, so hopefully we're going to be able to help a lot more with that.
And I know, like blue kyanite, you cannot put in water. There are many that cannot go in water. So actually, really study your stone. Yeah, a lot, and some are very soft. Kyanite soft.
Yeah.
Black tourmaline is very soft.
Yep.
That's why I like to use sage.
Yep.
Just the smoke.
Yeah, some stones, if you put them in water, it will create a poisonous gas. Selenite will melt. It's a salt. Yeah, you got to educate yourself about it, and that's what I like about the shops that I mentioned tonight. They know their shit, and you ask them questions, they'll answer them. They'll help you.
Like malachite, raw malachite can be poisonous to an animal, like a dog. Geez, what do you write a book?
Yeah. While I look through more comments, I'll let you read that, okay?
Lodolite. Oh, that sounds wonderful. I love quartz. I think quartz is a great stone. I love any kind of quartz.
And Howie, that right there, that is what I discovered. What if does not exist? I was dwelling on the future while being depressed about my past. I was not living for today.
You can't say that to an Aquarius. Aquarius doesn't know what the past is. They always look to the future.
Yeah. I needed that, Howie. And I think you knew I did. But it just, yeah, it's perfect. It really is.
Aquarians they never look back. No, they can't. They always look forward.
Yeah. Now it's like, okay, let's get her done. But then it's like, I still get that, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. And then Howie kicks me in the ass, or Steve kicks me in the ass. Okay, fine, let's freaking just do this. Or Mary kicks me in the ass. And things are working out. Things are getting better. Things are going. Things are growing. And I have a lot of people to help for that.
Well, you're a fixed sign. Scorpio's a fixed sign, and a fixed sign doesn't.
I'm not fixed.
You're a fixed sign. You're stubborn. Yeah, you're fixed signs are stubborn, but it's a great. He's great to have like that, especially this year, because he'll push, and they're always usually right. They're rarely wrong.
Yeah.
They study. They analyze. They're the Michelangelos, the Leonardo da Vinci's.
Reading here, hang on. Sherry, I'm not going to throw that one up for obvious reasons, but you're getting there. You're getting there, girl. And Jeff's here, Howie's here, I'm here. We're going to get you there. Here, Renee. She asked her guys to make themselves, and the dream of fire, and the grandmother finally stopped. Yeah, that was you have to figure out why that dream is coming to you in order to get it to stop. Sometimes ask your guides for help. They can help you. They can help you in your dreams. They can help you every day. It's just like I just saw a little black orb go actually like this. No, like this, that. I need to look at that. It's going over towards my aquarium. I need to pay my aquarium some attention.
And fire, dreams of fire are transformation. It's major transformation going on in your life. A fire dream.
And it can also, like with me with the Scorpio, that's telling you, look, it's time to get your ass up, rise from your ashes that you just burnt yourself into, and get back in the game. That's Michelle. Howie, that's Michelle. Yes, Howie, we do make mistakes when we over-evaluate or overthink situations. I do it all the time.
Scorpios,
I'm
Scorpios are classic for that. They Pisces do it too. They will overthink to the point of becoming physically sick, and they do that. Uh, you do overthink. God love them. It's good. He's a double fire sign. He's always got fire. Sagittarius. Yep, Sagittarius. But I think the Scorpio is pretty dominant too. It's very dominant.
You got it right on, Joni.
Did you go through all your questions and stuff? Because I have to get up early. We have another snowstorm coming. Oh, I am a Sagittarius.
You what?
Sagittarius, I don't know. I feel bad for fire signs right now because there's no fire out there in this energy. I know they're feeling it. Sages they are so much fun. They are the adventurers. They keep us smiling. Like on times that we're all going through right now, you look at your sages and you'll smile, and they're never negative. They really search for the higher meaning of life too. The south, north, and south nodes are in Sag and Gemini. Huge karmic year right there for that. I love them. I think they're great. They're a blast. What, did that just nail you, right? Because you're a Sag rise, no, moon or
Moon, I
rising.
think.
Moon or rising. One of
I'd
the
have
two.
to check. I don't remember.
So friendly, so much fun. Love to travel. The archaeologists.
I can be so friendly around the right people, but if I'm around the wrong people, my Scorpio is going to sting your ass. And I've had to watch that lately, especially during this Mercury retrograde, the communication. I've noticed my words are just coming out without me stepping back and thinking about them. However, I've also noticed they are to educate other people. I'll give you an example. This guy comes in the store in Napa the other day. Do you sell blower motor resistors? Yes. And he just stands there. Do you have them on hand? Yes. Do you have one for my car? Or no, wait. First it was, can I have one? Like, yeah. And I stood there waiting, for the information for his vehicle. And I finally looked at him and said, you just want one for any car, or do you want one for your car? And he kind of went, and then he grinned and he giggled. And he said, I guess that would be beneficial, wouldn't it? Yeah, that way I can get you the right thing. But I was kind of being a smartass, but I was also kind of educating the guy, and I was doing it in kind of a nice way, even though it was kind of a smartass way. But other people I've been more blunt with, but I've tried to help in the past, and it's, you know what, that's not working. Here's this information. Could I have delivered it in a different way? Probably. Would they have gotten it that time? No, probably not. But I've been paying attention to that here also. And why am I doing that? Because maybe I need to do the same thing with myself. Maybe I need to give myself those smart ass questions and answers at times and be more blunt with myself at other times.
And then when you make a decision, stick with it instead of overthinking. Overthinking is really hard. I know Libras don't do it because we're too busy making the wrong decision. But We don't overthink anything.
And again, Libras everywhere. 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 Libras are everywhere.
No, there's no crystal that you can wear that's anti-Libra that'll keep them away from you. I don't know what it would be. I don't know. All the air signs are keeping everybody going right now because a lot of people. This energy is bothering a lot of people.
Yeah.
And the air signs are just we're just bebopping along. It doesn't even bother us.
Yeah, and the air energy is what? Communication. What do you use to communicate? Air, breath. You know, that air going through your larynx, your voice box. That's what you use to communicate. And the energy, you put energy into that vibration that's coming out of your throat chakra.
Right.
So if you put energy into words speaking to another person, they may feel that energy, and that will affect how the conversation goes.
That's right. And the throat chakra is for clairaudient people. That's with their powerhouse. It's not the third eye because it's throat chakra. Is that you hear? So it's not up here. It's here.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, empathic abilities have been on. Yeah, that's a thing. Right now, with so many people coming online, waking up, raising their vibration, we are feeling more of the human collective. Therefore, and my right side's going off. That's a verification that we're on the right track here. As the collective grows, and we raise the vibration of the collective, our gifts are going to grow as well. So we may have to learn to adjust if I'm feeling too much from people at work, at Walmart, walking down the street. I don't care. If I'm feeling too much of the collective, your Reiki, bring your energy in, build yourself a shield around yourself, a second aura, okay? And imagine a mirror, like a liquid flowing mirror on the outside of that shell. Not for you to look into. You're looking at the silver lining of the backing. Everybody else is looking at the mirror. Therefore, you're not going to feel as much of their energy. They're not going to see you and run to your energy. And so you're going to be able to balance yourself out. You can decide how much you want to let in and how much you want to keep out by adjusting. There's a word I'm looking for. I can't see it. By adjusting the see-throughness of that mirror. So maybe try that, see if that helps.
It's a magnet, definitely a magnet. And they will go toward, people will be drawn toward positive energy. They don't even know what they're being drawn toward.
Yeah.
People will always be drawn to positive energy. And that can be very draining. It can be very, very draining.
Shit, moth to a flame. Moth to a flame. And we got to pick our battles. We can't help everybody. Some people really need help and they want help. But the person has to want the help. They have to be willing to do the work in order to make the change for themselves. And if they're not willing to do that, step away. You planted seeds. It's up to somebody else later on down to water them and fertilize them. And eventually they're going to sprout and grow. And when they do, they may come back to you. And then maybe you can help them some more and help them flower. I don't know.
And there's nothing wrong with unplugging. There's nothing wrong with just stepping back and unplugging. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Yeah. And just like, Pam saying, you can heal with words. Absolutely, you can. You can put heat, Reiki is energy healing. You can put that Reiki into words. A lot of the times, and you may notice it when I'm doing these, I will adjust the vibration of my voice, not the tone. Well, sometimes the tone, but I'll adjust the vibration of my voice, depending on who I'm trying to help or what subject we're talking about. And that is, I've kind of looked at that. I've caught myself doing that. I didn't realize I was doing it for a long time. I think that is to adjust more to their vibration. And also, if I can get my voice just right, just that perfect vibration, it draws people in to listen. And if you really listen, you sit back, think, and you comprehend. And that's the thing. You can listen to somebody and those words will go in one ear and out the other. And during the conversation, oh yeah, that. And then afterwards, you're like, what the hell did he just say? So I try to help people by doing that. So that's a damn good point. Personal experience there.
Well, you know what Libras have a tendency. Well, that's true, and what Libras have a tendency to do. We don't. Pisces are very, very sensitive. They're very emotional. Um, we we can trigger them, and they're lovely people. I've got a lot of good, lovely friends that are Pisces. We just have to be very careful with our words. Um, Leos are just bounded. Leos are very controlling. Again, a Leo can tease a Pisces to the point where we hurt their feelings. And Libras don't really understand depression a whole lot. Um, so, I think I've had to step back a lot with a lot of my friends that were Pisces and really understand where I was hurting them, because I certainly didn't mean to be hurting them, but I was doing it. And, after conversations with them, they're wonderful people. But they're very sensitive. So I have to be sensitive to their sensitivity.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is like what I just had up from Sherry and what Howie just said. Be aware of your personal chi. You may not be aware of just how strong you attract others and why. And what I was trying to tell Ryan, while you were talking earlier, is you can adjust your vibration. If and like I was talking about earlier, you have to have your cup full in order to help somebody. Imagine a saucer, okay, and a cup, and your cup sitting on that saucer, like a teacup and saucer. Fill your cup up until it starts to overflow a little bit, and then feed out of the saucer, not out of your cup. And that's an issue that I still have to this day. I will drain this cup trying to help somebody, and then I'm down for 3 days trying to refill my cup back up. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. And you have to use your own judgment in order to figure out who to help, who not to help. But I think that's going to help Ryan also. The more you keep your cup filled, the stronger you're going to be, the better your vibration is going to be, in order to protect yourself as well, from the energy of others. Yeah. It's the same as being aware of your negative chi causing relationship and social issues, and others may not understand it. And one trick I learned is, and I actually learned I can do this at a crystal and stone shop or show up in Lincoln. This gal, and she's got a crystal shop, and I'm blanking. I'm sorry if you're listening. I will get it figured out. But she had an aura, photography thing. You sit down, you put your hand on the sphere. It's got a camera, and it shows you your aura. So I sit down in it, and my aura wasn't quite the right color, so I adjusted my energy, and I made it change. And she was like, "What? Whoa, 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 what?" And so I'm like, this machine's kind of cool. So I adjusted my energy up and down and brought my field in and brought it out. And she's like, how in the hell are you doing that? I'm like, I'm just adjusting my energy. She goes, okay, do this. So I did. All right, do this. So I did. She's like, show off. How are you doing that? I'm like, I can teach you.
It's true. Ours do change. Ours change because it's energy. So yeah, it's 100% right. I mean, um,
Yeah.
if you don't want to attract a lot of people, wear a black hat. Wear a hat because a lot of that is around here. So if you want to kind of like don't want to be bothered, wear a black hat, wear a white hat.
Ryan, he was saying, Howie Odell, constantly people turn to me. And then you mentioned the black hat. The picture of Ryan is in a black hat. However, he's got it turned around backwards with the bill on the wrong side. Try something. Take that hat off and put it on the right way. Keep that sun, that brightness out of your own eyes.
He's a cutie pie. That's why everybody's after him because he's a cutie pie.
That too.
Yeah. He's a little magnet. He's darling.
Yeah. Yeah. Touch, Reiki, it's, yeah. You can heal and you can harm. Even not even by striking somebody, just by touching somebody with the wrong emotion, the wrong vibration, they can feel that and hurt. One thing I was going to touch on at work, if I've got a customer standing there and just talking and talking and talking, small talk drives a Scorpio insane. Okay. If with this stuff, this is deep, this is heavy, this is helping. I love talking about this stuff, but why you spent 3 hours in Walmart, I don't care about that, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to listen to it. Sorry about it, but I got stuff to do. I will adjust my vibration either up or down, and then all of a sudden they'll go like, I'm like, okay, now I'm almost there, and I'll balance it out, and it's like, well, I got to go. Okay, have a good day. I will cause a reverberation, like how waves of energy, when they hit, they go. I will cause that reverberation, and they will go away. And if you notice, even if there's somebody you want to talk to, if there's issues, if there's clashes, maybe you need to raise your vibration up or down in order to undo that reverberation. It may help, and you may be able to come together and have that conversation. As a mosquito just flies past me again. Last night it was 35 degrees below zero last night, and I've got mosquitoes flying around in my house. I did figure out what it's from. I've got a 5-gallon bucket of philodendrons over here that I'm rooting. And before I got cold, I had them on the front porch, and I just brought it in. I just been filling it. I need to dump the water and refill it with fresh water. That's where the damn mosquitoes come from.
Yeah, they think it's a swamp. They think it's a lake. Get rid of the damn things.
Drain it. Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp.
Drain it.
All right, I'm way behind again. And I know, girl, I know. What's that?
It's a big swamp.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Every state, every town, it's huge.
It's horrible.
Girl, it is almost 9 o'clock. I know you need to get up and go to work tomorrow. I'm probably going to stay on here a little bit longer. I might bring somebody on.
Reggie.
Talk a little bit more. So you go get some rest. Thank you so much for your wisdom and insight.
Be good tomorrow. Tomorrow's square day.
Tomorrow is Wednesday, the 17th. Right. Square day. Yes, absolutely. What's 1 and 7? 8. Infinity. Turn it sideways.
We have to start watching all your blessings come.
She cut her off herself off mid sentence. Love that girl. She is awesome. All right, I'm gonna get back over here and try to caught back up on the comments here. I am so sorry. If I can read them. I need glasses. Well, I got them, but I need different ones. I need like bifocals or trifocals. Yes, hearing or listening. If you're just hearing somebody, you're not going to comprehend what they're saying. If you're actually sitting back and listening to what they're trying to say and their points, you're going to comprehend them better. My phone is, hang on a second. It's like blowing the freak up. Okay, car parts. Never fails. Yeah, he was talking to Ryan. And if you want to reach out to me, probably not tonight, but maybe tomorrow sometime. If you want to reach out to me, I can try to help you with that. Your mom can can help you with that also. We can give you some a hand with that. But do that for me. Try that. Take your hat off when you wear your hat. Wear your hat tomorrow, your black hat. But instead of turning on backwards, put it on the right way. That's your little protection helmet. That's your tinfoil hat, okay, if you will. That's going to be your protection from everybody. Ask Frank about a hat. Ask Frank about a hat. Where are we at? Michelle, are you still on? Yes, you're still on. Michelle, you want to come on a little bit? I can send you an invite. You feel up to it? You're welcome, Sherry. And thank you for doing the work. You got this. We're going to get you through this. Swamp ass. I think I am almost caught up. Yeah, it is going to be an interesting day tomorrow. I'm seeing something maybe coming, maybe happening. I don't know what. That's in my own physical and spiritual journey. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, hang on. Let me get that invite sent out. Come on, load up, load up. There we go. All right, invite sent, girl. Invite is sent. I'm waiting to see your pretty little face. Come on. Howie's top hat? Chip's hat. That's all right. Well, Howie, Ryan, tomorrow, put your hat on, put it on the right way. Like I said, make that your protection. That's your little protection helmet. Use that shielding with that mirror. See if it makes a difference. Hey, sis.
How's it going?
It's going. How you doing?
This side of the dirt's always pleasant.
Understand. Cup is empty, therefore it is beer 30.
Yeah. My cup is empty too, but it's more like blood value empty.
Well, we're gonna see if we can work on that because we're getting some things figured out for you finally. We're getting some answers, and that gives me more of a zone-in point,
Right.
And I really think once I get this tree done and get my symbols down, I think that's going to help me feel where the issues are better, if that makes sense.
Well, so I'm about to blow your mind.
Okay.
I know you have your little phone next to you. Hey, Howie. On that handy dandy little phone. Interestingly enough, they called me and they are going to run an antibody test for something called EBV, and you are going to be blown away by what that stands for.
Waiting.
It is the Epstein-Barr virus. Yeah. Yeah. So they think that it would have been something that I had a really bad round of mono and missed like nearly all of my junior year of high school. Yep. And yeah, when the doctor had, like said anything, I was like, well, that's funny. I don't remember being on a pedophilic island with a comedian.
And see, I thought you said Epstein, but you said Epstein, right?
Epstein.
So is it EP or EB?
EP.
It is EP.
Yeah. Yeah. But so the odd thing is that if you have this, you can develop IBD, which I have two forms of IBD. Yes, I'm the grand prize winner of the Crohn's colitis. Right? Yeah. But I'm alive. I mean, it's why I haven't been on, doing our Thursday night runs. As you can see, I'm obviously a little tired.
Well, that's understandable with what you've been through,
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. So I'm gonna blow your mind again. Oh my gosh. So this, and I forgot to tell you, it's so crazy. So, we talk about my dreams all the time, and like, I primarily dream about like dead people.
Uh-huh.
So there I was, running my massive fever in the hospital. The cat decided to come and visit, so I got to shut the door again. My little healer kitty. I kind of woke up from a really weird dream, and I'm like, why in the world would I dream about this? Yeah, no. My dad might take me out back if so, Tom.
Yeah, oh yeah, that would not be good.
No. So I'm having this dream and I'm like, oh, this is just strange. Like, and I didn't have my phone because, well, I mean, I had my phone, but it was dead. So I had like no means of verification whatsoever. So when my mom called me the next day,
Okay.
I was like, hey, you got your phone, do me a favor. And she's like, what? I was like, I need you to Google Billy Brown. And she's like, who the F is that? And I'm like, don't worry about it. Just do it. And she's like, well, the only thing they're saying is that he's dead at 68. And I'm like, what? Dude, I watch the Alaskan Bush people every Sunday. And
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and he died last Sunday from a seizure. But I was so freaking out of it that I had no clue. So I finally had one.
You got a clue. You got a couple clues. You got a few clues. Now we know what we need to work on. Now the doctor knows what he needs to work on.
Yeah.
That's going to help. That that proper diagnosis is going to make a world of difference. I think. I really do. I'm seeing this.
So one of the crazy things is that what makes this whole thing worse is when you don't have enough TNF, whatever, they're like your T cells, basically your immune system, right? When you don't have enough to fight it off, then it's always kind of active. Well, what have they been doing to me since they diagnosed me with Crohn's? Suppressing my
Your
immune
immune
system
system.
like none other.
Yep.
I mean, it's my body basically fighting back and saying, dude, we ain't supposed to be down yet.
Yeah. So you've kind of been like a zombie,
Mm-hmm.
you know, energy levels and mind levels and emotional levels. And it's interesting because a game I used to play, still do once in a while. God, what the hell is the name of it? Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to see where I'm going with this. The T virus
Yep.
is what transformed everybody
That's
into
funny.
zombies. We've had a personal experience with that. Not going there tonight. You know what I'm talking about. But it's all making a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to throw something out real quick in a little code if I can. The C virus.
Mm-hmm.
The V, you know, the
Mm-hmm.
V. Okay. I shared a link a while ago. I can't find it now because they took it down because it's true. A doctor out of Omaha, I can't remember her name. She is very respected in her field.
Audie Port.
I think so. And she is even specifying that the way this thing changes your RNA, it actually adds that a bit of that protein spike
Yep.
to your RNA. Okay. And when you get that V, it changes it. So when there's a possibility when you are exposed to the C virus again, your antibodies are going to attack anything with that protein spike.
Mm-hmm.
That includes your own cells, because now your own cells also have a bit of that protein spike, which is going to cause complete body, what's the word for swelling?
Inflammation.
Inflammation. Yes. Organs, skin, everything. They did experiments on animals with this, and none of the animals survived it. Say on the ferrets, they did well after the inoculation, but after a while, they were re-exposed to the C virus and they perished. So people, do your homework, make your own decisions. If you want to get it, that's your choice, but make your own decisions on your own knowledge from your own homework on this issue, please. I refuse to get it. I ain't going to. It's a 99% survival rate. Yeah, you might get sicker than a dog. Some people have a little cold. It's just like the flu. In my opinion, Facebook, in my opinion, just be careful. Can it be serious? Absolutely. If you're immunocompromised. Thank you. You got to be careful with anything. The flu, cold, it doesn't matter.
Well,
just
and
be
yeah, and
careful.
that's what a lot of people were saying. They're like, oh, it's only the immunocompromised people that are worried about this. I'm like, no, honey, I'm worried about the flu, pneumonia, bronchitis, like all of it. All of it can take time out of what I consider to be a very busy life.
Yeah. Shannon, every time she got the flu shot, she got the flu. They say it can't happen. Guess what? I'm a witness.
Yes.
It did every freaking time. And it wasn't an easy flu. She got the flu. Full blown.
I stopped getting them.
And then she would end up with pneumonia and end up in the hospital. Educate yourself and make your own educated decision. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Personal preference. I mean,
absolutely.
I told you how upset I was, or at least I think I did. It's been pretty foggy. But
Oh, good.
you know, when they forced COVID tested me, and I literally looked at the nurse. I was like, "You got 5 seconds, and that is all that I am giving you, and you
Yeah.
are going to get away from me." And it was like the biggest uprising in my room because, you know, I had the meltdown that my mom couldn't go in. Then they allowed her to come in, uh, you know, and then you know, after the COVID test, well, we're going to have to put you on the COVID holding floor. And I'm like, I'm not even in here for any of that.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Exactly.
you're going to put me on a floor with a whole bunch of people who have symptoms of either the flu or COVID, because they kind of run hand in hand. And I'm immunocompromised. That's not smart.
Right.
Yes, exactly. So when you get the injection, that's always my joke. I always say that the government, because there's an episode in The Walking Dead, it's like episode 3 or something like that. It was really early on, where the guy at the CDC was literally like, it's already in you. All they had to
Yes.
do was set the transmission off.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
mean,
And now they're talking about, they're finally coming out with, sorry to change the subject, but I got to hit on this because this is important. I'm getting told. Bill Gates, his plan to protect the Earth from global warming, okay? Spraying the particles into the air to reflect the sun. Guess what? They've been doing that for a long time.
and we're in
They have
such a
that.
state of global warming right now, aren't we?
Yeah. They've been doing it for a long time. They're just, we've come up with so much evidence against it. They have to admit it now. They've admitted it. It only costs this much to do this every year.
Mm.
That was 5 or 6 years ago I put that out. Now there's enough evidence that they have to admit it. But okay, this is why it's a good thing. No, it's not. It's aluminum. Aluminum crosses the blood-brain barrier. That can affect your immune system. That can affect a lot of things, your memory, all kinds of things. What is in those injections? Aluminum. Tons of aluminum. What's in deodorant? Aluminum. What's in toothpaste? Fluoride. What crosses the blood-brain barrier? Fluoride. What calcifies the pineal gland, your third eye? Fluoride. Cut the chemicals out of your diet. If they spray that crap, there's nothing we can do about it. It just falls. It falls at once. You can find it. But cut the chemicals out of your diet. Eat better. Eat healthier. Raise your immune system the best you can. Stay hydrated. That is going to be your best defense against
it's not
this.
about eating better. I think a better term is eating more naturally.
Yeah.
More of the way that we were designed, without all of this chemical overkill, chemical modulation. Going back to the Walking Dead topic. My dad and I were laughing because so many people, if the apocalypse were to ever come to fruition, they wouldn't survive because, I'm sorry, wild caught turkey and turkey you buy from the store, they don't taste the same.
It ain't the same.
Neither does turkey bacon. So a lot of people would be in for a really rude awakening because wild caught anything tastes different than what you buy at the store.
It does. Squirrel, depending on how you cook it, can be very rubbery. The flavor ain't bad. I usually do it in the crock pot with cream and mushroom soup. Rabbit, I fry up. Love rabbit. Love rabbit. But yeah, it's different. They say gamey. Well, there's a reason, because they're out there in the wild eating natural wild things. Mm-hmm. Your body has receptors for they're cannabinoid receptors for cannabis. Our body has these receptors. We are supposed to have that in our diet. Back in the day, the buffalo, the deer, they would eat the cannabis. We would eat the deer. Therefore, we would get that in our system.
Right.
It heals. Now we don't get that. Now it's illegal. Guess what? Because Big Pharma knows.
Exactly. And that's my industry. I'll be the first one to tell you. My industry, there are so many things that I could just bleh, that like their new game right now. It's really irritating. Is they have decided to do, and this is just a little informational piece for y'all, and then I'm gonna have to hop off. But
Okay.
the new thing is that those copay cards that help out tons of folks, right?
Mhm.
They help you with deductible season. A lot of people will choose high dollar deductible plans just because they can use the copay cards. It's a fun new term that the insurance company has developed that's called resetting your accumulators. So, even though you use the copay card and you may max it out on that first time that you're using it,
Okay.
they have said, oh, well, the patient only paid $5. So we're going to reset that entire deductible and only reflect that $5 was paid. Meanwhile, that copay assistance card is tapped and done. Insurance companies don't want to pay for it.
No.
And it truly is a problem. Currently, I'm going to be completely fully disclosed. I get an injection. Incorrect. I get an infusion, IV infusion
Yeah.
every 8 weeks. Every 8 weeks, my insurance company pays $23,000 beyond. That's just medication.
Yeah.
That's not the supplies. That's not my nurse. That's just medication. And for 30 mLs of solution, that's pretty sad.
It is. It is. You go into the hospital, you get an ibuprofen. What is it? $80.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts.
It's absolutely insane.
It is, and that's one thing our previous leader was fighting against. He wanted to bring those prices down. He got insulin prices down. And what does the new do? He stops that. The left is saying, oh, it's just to look into. No, it's already raising the prices back up.
Mm-hmm.
I know people that need the insulin, and it already jumped back up.
Yeah.
It's BS.
Unfortunately.
It pisses me off. I don't need it, but for the people that do, he was fighting to bring the prices down. Give him that. He was getting it done. Give him that. He cared about people.
I mean, when I was at full health and capacity, and I spent probably a week up in DC at a conference where we were just going through a crap ton of things, fees that we were being charged that they couldn't even explain. They just called them DIR fees, direct indirect remuneration.
Mm-hmm.
And then I cracked the code behind it. And, here we are fighting as a small independent pharmacy to keep our doors open.
Yeah.
And they're doing that just so that the bigger chains, because the bigger chains will put up with their price gouging.
Yeah.
They got to walk away.
Yep.
Caremark, CVS owns Caremark. You've got, United Healthcare, who runs Medco Express Scripts and TRICARE. I mean, it's absolutely unreal. Now you've got Walgreens Health buying into, everything else. And it's, really the small man's getting exactly American greed at its finest it's right there. If you've ever needed a definition, it's right there.
The small town pharmacy like we have in town. This town is 1,683 people. And, our pharmacy owner, he came back and he opened this pharmacy in our town to try to help our town. And, we try to push all the business we can his way, and he tries to help in every way that he can. But it's so difficult for him to compete against the big box pharmacies that it's, he did this out of a labor of love for his town and the community and the citizens of this community. And I commend him so much for that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It is.
It's nuts. But I'm going to hop off so I can get myself ready for the evening.
Okay.
If you want to hop anyone else on, you're sure welcome to.
I'm probably going to pop off myself. It is, what time is it? It's 9:18.
Yeah.
I got a box to go through downstairs. It's calling my name. I got some memories to go through, some things to get rid of, and some things to shed. And tonight's the night.
Do it, man.
Gonna get her done. Gonna get her done. Wait, there's something else I need to say. I'm looking for it. That's one of them.
You know, that night before we even connected on here, she was always, her and I, we'd be on Messenger and I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? Have you been through this? Have you tried that? And she has. She stood in my corner and I appreciate it, honey. I really do.
We're going to get everybody through all this. Don't know how, don't know when, but we are all going to come through this. We're all going to be okay. We just have to get through.
Oh, this is where you pan to your sign.
What's that?
This is where you pan to your sign.
Pan to my sign.
Yeah, you have a sign hanging on your wall.
You know what? I think I can do that. Here, hang on.
Or you can bring it to the screen.
There you go. I'll do that. Hang on. Satin hates this sign. That I always send her that, you know. And I got to tell the backstory real quick. There was a country song, and when I was going through my dark night of the soul, all 3, 4 of them now, I don't know, I lost track. It's not a one-time thing and done. This song kept me going. It really did. And all of a sudden, there was a link on Facebook to this sign. The song's Everything's Gonna Be All Right. So, by gosh, by golly, hang on. I had to buy the damn sign. It hangs on my wall. I see it every day. Every day. That song and the sign have kept me going. I have this little affirmations. I have this little piece of paper taped to my bathroom mirror, so I see it every day. I don't have it memorized, but it talks about, you know, God found Daniel in the lion's den. You know, the people that he rose up and used to help others, he found in some very precarious positions. He didn't take the people that said they were all holy and thou. He took the people that had sinned and had issues and had lived life and learned. And he pulled them out of that fire and said, here, we're going to help people. Something to remember. I was pulled out of the fire many times. Michelle knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I get to help people now, and I'm proud of that fact. I'm thankful for that fact. You know, that's one of the reasons why I do this show. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we almost cry, sometimes we laugh and cry. But I do this to try to help people. And like I said before, if I help one person out there, even with something little, it's all worth it. You know, that's why we're here, to help other people.
Mm-hmm. And hardly ever do we pee ourselves.
What's that?
Hardly ever do we pee ourselves.
There you go. As I'm sitting with wood on my lap, I'm going to move that. Just saying. We got to have some humor. We got to have some giggles.
That's right. When it gets serious, I'm always lightening it up.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Well, with that, I got to hop off.
Okay. Yeah, me too. So, girl, we'll see you later. Get some rest. Need me later. I'm here.
I will.
I got a little bit. Just saying.
Cookies.
I got a cookie in the cookie jar.
A cookie crumb.
Warm up my bitch slappers.
That's right. Don't hit me too hard. We know what happens.
We'll make some happy. Hang on. Send it out to everybody. That's one thing I taught my granddaughter. She's a toddler. I taught her, you know, take your hands, rub them together, and put all your happy in there, Put all your makes them happy and spread it everywhere. She remembers that. So since I threw that out there, let's see if that helps.
It should.
Because I put that happy in there. I put that smile in there, and I sent it to everybody watching.
All right. Well, you all
Everybody's-
have a good night. Thanks, Howie.
All right. Night, everybody. Michelle, get some rest. If you need me later, say so. I'm going to go through a box.
You got this.
Specify cardboard box. There's some people out there with some dirty minds. I know
We're
this.
all
I know
out
these
there.
people.
I mean-
I know these people. You're one of them.
Very much so. Guilty. Guilty as charged.
The people that watch this show later are going to be like, who are these freaking
Yeah,
people?
right? Exactly. Keyword freak. Freak's abundant.
Let your freak fly.
That's right.
Let it fly. That's let me okay, here it is. I know I need to say something else. I was having a conversation with Cheryl earlier, and after I get off here, message me and remind me because my phone's going off. But remind me to tell you about this because it has to do with something that you and I have to do with.
Okay.
Oh shit! Hang
When
on.
I message you later, it'll come to you.
Yeah, but oh, don't worry about what people think about you.
I never do.
It's not just you. It's to everybody watching and listening and who watches this in the future. Her and I's conversation had to do with a mutual honored attraction owner, and I think you know who I'm talking about right there.
Yeah. I'm getting the vibe.
But putting yourself out there, putting everybody down that thinks differently than you do. I've been there, done it. Sorry. Catch myself. At least I do my best to catch myself now. I don't care if people think I'm crazy. I don't. I may be. I don't care. I like my life. A hell of a lot better than I used to. I do my homework. I don't listen to the lamestream media. I look at things and I trust. Okay. All right.
I'll talk to you later, though.
All right. Night.
Night.
I listen to what spirit tells me. I listen to what I feel from my intuition, from my gut, from my heart. So pay attention when, like if you're having a conversation with somebody, pay attention to what you're feeling in your gut, in your heart, in your mind. Pay attention. Do your own homework. Do your own research. Make your own decisions. Don't let somebody else make your decision for you. And like I said, in the past, I've been guilty about trying to force my opinion down people's throats. Now I just put it out, and I don't care. Like I said, if you think I'm crazy, I don't. I may be. I've been this close before. I know I have. But just pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to what spirit tells you. What spirit tells you to pay attention to. What to watch. What to feel. And with that, we're going to be okay. It's going to take a little while, but we're all going to be all right. That everything's going to be all right. There we go. Yes, yes, I am nuts. I am knuckin' futs. I am knuckin' futs. Reversal letters. All right. With that, I'm going to bounce out of here. Thank you, everybody, for putting up with our crazy asses all night. Y'all have a good evening. And I've got some shadow work to do. Hopefully, I end up in a good spot on the other end. So, y'all have a great night. We'll see you next time. Before I get out here, though, for those watching later, maybe for some first-time viewers, you can find me on Facebook, Cobra Paranormal Facebook page, the Otter's Den Facebook page, and then I've got an Otter's Den YouTube page also that I'm trying to get growing a little bit. Wednesday nights, I am now co-host of Dr. Mary Barrett's show. Thursday nights, Michelle and I normally do a little forgotten serial killer show where she puts out some information and you need to guess the serial killer. It's kind of fun. So hopefully we're going to be doing that this Thursday. With her health issues, we put it off a little bit. We're going to try and get back on that track. Howie, I need to get with you. And I am going to go listen to music. I actually got all those listened to, but I want to listen to them again to pick out my favorite because they are all so freaking phenomenal. So I'll get with you on that, and we'll sit down and have a conversation like this, face to face, and not just on the phone, not just messaging. We'll have this face to face conversation. We'll get everything figured out. I think that's part of what I need. Is I need that face to face. If I think you understand what I'm saying on that. There's going to be something else coming up. There's something else popping up, not just what you and I have been talking about, Howie. There's something else that's going to be popping up, and I'm supposed to hush about it. I don't even know what it is. I'm supposed to hush about it. So pay attention to what spirit, the planets, the retrogrades are bringing up in you to work through. Cut the cycles. No, Howie, I'm not coming to Virginia. I would love to. I am going to Scarefest this year. They are having Scarefest, and by God, I'm going to be there. If I have to drive down myself, I'm going to be there. So maybe Howie needs to come to Scarefest. Just saying. Awesome, Renee. Yes. Rift Radio Network. Absolutely. People, go check out the Rift Radio Network on Facebook. There are radio shows you can listen to every night. Jeff and Shelley Presley do a show. Howie does a show, The Orion Effect. Not only can you listen to them on Blog Talk Radio, but you can also watch them on Facebook in real time. They put out some awesome information, really do. There's some really awesome things happening with Rip Nation, and I am so thankful to be part of that nation. Thank you, Howie, for bringing me into that. It means the world to me. So on that note, I'm going to try to get off of here as the comments keep rolling in because my heart's wanting to come out, if you know what I mean. Okay, Ryan. Yeah, go ahead. I got some for you. Yes, the Orion Effect. Evenings with Dr. Mary Barrett on Wednesdays. Yes, I'm so proud to be co-host of that show with Stephanie McPeak and Teresa Sayers. Call in, get a reading. We'll see if we can help you. Yes, absolutely. That right there, Howie. Absolutely. So with that, I'm getting the hell off of here. Ryan, shoot me a text. If I can help you, I will. And we'll see you later. Have a good evening.